Hey guys, so this is my discovery video on what I learned from the Black Girl Art Show where I exhibited my hats. And can I just say, it was such a motivator for me to keep doing what I'm doing. Because, you do something, meaning take on a new skill, a new hobby, a new passion, a new love. And sometimes you just need to know, am I going in the right direction? And am I doing, is it in vain? You know, because it's something that I want to share with the world. If it was just for me and, I just collected a house of hats, great. But it's something that I want to give to the world. It's my contribution to beauty in the three dimension, And let me tell you, having that booth, and I believe I was booth 61, 61 or 62. I'm forgetting. But my booth, and I loved where I was at because windows were behind me. And, they had middle booths and then they had window booths. And I was so happy I had a window booth. It just gave me enough energy, a lot of light. And when people tried on my hats, women, and it's true, my mother said, Rita, you couldn't have asked for more beautiful women to model your hats. And she was right, because all the brown and mocha, I mean, espresso, skin people just were beautiful. And when they put on my hat, this is how I felt validated, or that going in the right direction with this passion, is when they would put on the hats, honey, it would change their aura. It would change. It was almost as if they had a different persona when they put on the hat. It just made them feel some kind of way. And next time, I'm gonna ask the ones who took a minute, to be like, who were feeling themselves. Next time, I'm going to say, in one word, describe how you're feeling. I mean, I could look at them and interpret what they were feeling, but I would just love to hear it from them. They were just, wow. So that made me feel good. It made me, and then when, there were several people who would ask me, is it okay if I try on the hats? Biggest compliment ever to ask me that. So I was like, yes, please. So here are some of my takeaways of what I would do differently at the next exhibit, because there will be a next exhibit, okay? I may not have a lot of foot traffic in my hat shop presently, which is on the other side of my hair shop. And if you're not getting a lot of people, if a lot of people aren't coming to you and your business and what you do and what you're putting out there to the world, then go to the people. Go to the people. If your website isn't getting a lot of traction, you know, go to the people. Grassroots is still very much effective. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Be like, why you need to go in person? Just, do more social media. Go to the people. You need to feel that energy. You need to feel that in-person energy. It's more electric than any comment, like, DM, anything that you would receive on social media. It's much more powerful to feel someone's energy in person. 100%. So, okay, back to my takeaways. My first takeaway is I would make sure I have a measuring tape. Because I do custom work, there were women who tried on the hats and were like, I love this hat, but I wish I had a different fit. I wish it fit smaller or bigger or whatever the case was. So I do custom work. I didn't have a measuring tape, and even though I have directions on my website on under sizing on how to measure yourself, or I can do a virtual consultation, I should have just seized the moment and taken down their measurements and their name and number, and follow up for those who said they would be interested in a custom piece. And then that leads to, I had these postcards with my company name on it and my mission. On that card next time, I'm going to leave a space for the customer's name and their head size measurements. And I couldn't believe it. On this postcard that I handed out, I had almost 300 of them, and they flew. I would also put a link to my website. I can't believe I didn't have a link to my website or social media or anything. I kept saying, just go to Tossed Hat, just Google Tossed Hat and I'll come up. I mean, why go through that? If they're going to take something, give them something that they can use, that they can refer to you and look up your website. And it doesn't have to be a postcard, but yes, okay. But it's okay. We're learning. We're getting better with this. My second takeaway would be have something that they can put on their heads, like something as simple as maybe a shower cap, or I don't know, a very simple scarf. And I could probably make some scarves, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I sure could. Or maybe a satin bonnet, something where they can put on their head to protect my hats, right? So a lot of people wear hats, or we're trying on hats. You just want to protect it from, the makeup that some may be wearing. I actually had a client who, she says, you know what? I have my own scarf. I'm going to put on this scarf. And I had like 2 people ask me, do you have something I can put on my head to try on the hat? I will have that next time as well. And there was a third, I'm forgetting. See, I should have took notes. Measuring tape, head covering, redo the postcards. All right, if it comes to me before the end of this video, I'll mention it. But that was pretty much my takeaways, but I'm happy I did it. It feels so good to have so many people who appreciated my hats. And I would say it's also important to have different price points. Of course, I had my hats that ranged in the $300-$400 range, and everybody's not going to be able to afford that at an exhibit. But I also had like beanies that I, were like vanity type beanies that I put funky, boss, soul, just different things I put on these beanies. Those were $40. And that's an easy purchase, because if someone just wants to support you, then, it's an easy way to support you, right? So having different price points was a a big help because guess what? $40 adds up. If each person who stopped at my booth gave me $40, but yeah. So we'll see. My oldest sister, lives in Atlanta, and she said, come down and show your hats in Atlanta. So I'm thinking about it. I would have to I'd have to make some more hats. I did order some more hats, hat bodies, I should say, to mold and decorate and so forth. So we'll see. It's April. I don't know if I would be ready in June because I also have a graduation. This is graduation time, My handsome nephew's graduating in May, and I have to travel for that gladly. But we'll see. If I don't make it to that festival, the Fashion Fest in June, then, I'll look up some other ones and maybe make a different one. Maybe August. I would probably be ready for August. But I am hooked. I am hooked on getting out there and exhibiting. I think it's a great way to go. You get great feedback. And definitely, I would also have better packaging for the hats because there was one customer who bought a hat and she said, Rita, in one of the hats I put this bobby pin that had a penny attached to it. She said it came loose and so forth, but she was traveling. She went to Detroit. Now, if I knew that, I would have boxed her up, because I don't know how she packed the hat, if it was in her suitcase. I don't know what happened, but we were able to find a resolution. And I was like, you know what? Number one, I'm going to have to tack on my head ribbon better. I was just depending on the bobby pin to hold it up, but need more than that in the future. And yeah, I have been learning. This is my second time exhibiting. I would say, less than a year's time, because the first one was the Juneteenth festival, and now the Black Girl Art Show. The Juneteenth festival was last June, and now this one, April. So 2 months shy of being a year. So I'm hooked. Each time I've exhibited, I've had a blast. I've had a ball. So if nothing else, it's a great way to get out and be social and meet people and, get their feedback and just learn a little bit about them and who they are, So I want to thank everyone who stopped by my booth, the Tossed Hat booth. I'm forever grateful. You don't realize it, but you supercharged me to keep going with this and to be a better student and a better listener as to what it is that you need me to be. All right, guys, enjoy, and I'll be back next week making some more great creations. All right, have a good night.